Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Reading the Law. In this episode of Reading the Law, we are talking about abortion. The big question is, can abortion be done legally? What then does the law say regarding abortion in general? As usual, we have Godwin Salasita in the house to help us understand all these questions. But remember, the goal is to ensure that you understand the law so you can comply. I am Newman Selem, and this is Make It Legal.
Make it legal.
Welcome, counsel.
Yeah, thank you. Happy to be here again.
Great.
What are we talking about today?
So today we are talking about abortion.
Abortion.
Yeah. So the first question I'll ask you is, what is abortion?
Yeah, I think I just want to test you today. Okay. Let me test him and find out if he understands the term that he wants us to discuss today. So let me ask you, what is abortion yourself?
So abortion, generally means what? Using instrument.
Okay.
Yes, to scoop a baby from mom's womb.
Okay. So if you take an instrument and you succeed at taking that instrument to scoop the baby from the womb, you have done abortion.
Definitely.
I think you are right. Now let's read the law.
Okay.
Read for me section 58. Let's read subsection 3 of that section. Section 58 is the law on abortion. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm talking about section 58 of the Criminal and Other Offences Act 1960 at 29. That is the law that defines all the crimes we have in Ghana. And that section 58 talks about abortion. So let's read 58 subsection 3. So read for me, then we can come up with a definition of what abortion is under the law.
Right. So section 58(3) of the Criminal and Other Offences Act reads, for purposes of this section, abortion or miscarriage means the premature expulsion or removal of conception from the uterus of womb before the period of gestation is completed. Yes, so that is the definition of abortion according to this act.
So that section you read, 58.3, is the law that defines what abortion is. And you realize I brought in another term, which is miscarriage. And the law is trying to say that whatever abortion means, miscarriage also means the same thing.
Okay.
So it says that for purposes of the Criminal Offences Act, when we talk about crimes, abortion means the premature expulsion or removal of pregnancy from the womb before the period of gestation is completed. So doctors will explain to us better what gestation means. But in my layman's view, I could say that gestation is oftentimes a period from conception to birth. When the baby is conceived, we say that you are now pregnant, you are carrying a baby. From that time all the way till it is due for delivery, we say it is called gestation period. It may be up to 42 weeks for the baby to come. So before the 42 weeks come, for we to say that gestation is completed, if you get rid of the pregnancy, the law is saying that you have committed what? Abortion, or you have done miscarriage. If abortion happens, there is miscarriage because the baby is lost, pregnancy is lost, there is miscarriage. So if there is a miscarriage, there was an abortion. Okay? Or if there would be a miscarriage, then there should be an abortion. So premature expulsion or removal of pregnancy from the womb before gestation period is completed. That is what the law calls abortion.
Yeah. So the next question I'll ask is abortion legal?
Yes, abortion is when you ask any lawyer a question, the answer they always give everybody is 2 words. It depends.
It depends.
Yeah, so the answer I'll give you first of all is that it depends.
Okay.
But it depends on what. So there are certain circumstances when they exist. The law will say that abortion done under those circumstances makes it a crime. There are those that when they exist and abortion is done, the law will say that by the existence of those circumstances it's not a crime. So abortion can be legal, it can be illegal,
so
depending on some things.
In a way, the law endorses abortion
under certain circumstances, which I will take us through the law very soon. Under some circumstances, the law encourages it, but under some circumstances the law prohibits it.
Okay.
So where the law encourages it and you've done it, it's not a crime.
Okay.
Where the law prohibits it and you've done it, it is a crime.
Alright.
Now you read for me section 58(1)(a) and B. Okay, we'll take A and B first. We'll see some of the instances where it is a crime to engage in abortion or to cause a miscarriage. So let's read that and I'll explain further.
Alright. So I'm reading from that section 58, A and B.
Okay.
Yeah. So the A says that any woman who with intent to cause abortion.
No, I think there is a clause before A.
Okay.
The one has something
Yes,
before.
yes.
Okay, read that one.
The one says that subject to the provisions of subsection 2 of this section. Which the A says that any woman who with intent to cause abortion or miscarriage administers to herself or consent to be administered to her any poison, drug or other nauseous thing, or uses any instrument or other means whatsoever. And then the B also says that any.
Let me explain the A first. So you realize that the A is criminalizing abortion.
Yes.
It's one of the things that when you do it, the things listed there, you'll be guilty of abortion. Okay. And specifically it says that any woman. So you see, it talks about a woman first. So it should even tell you first of all that a man under this A cannot commit abortion.
Yeah.
First of all, so any woman who with intent to cause abortion or miscarriage, that's a very big word in law. When the law uses the word with intent, they want that specific intention to exist before they can punish you for the act. So it says that any woman who with intent to cause abortion or miscarriage administers to herself a substance or any nauseous substance or uses an instrument to cause abortion will be guilty of an offense.
Okay.
That's the first part. So the woman herself. Okay. Now, what is important to note about this word intention to cause abortion or miscarriage is that if, for example, if I take Fanta and mix it with Coke and malt and add egg and I drink it, I'm a pregnant woman and I drink it with no intention to abort the baby, maybe just to gain more blood like we do in traditional settings. If that was my intention, but that concoction or that substance I've taken causes an abortion, I will not be guilty of abortion because I did not have intention to cause abortion or miscarriage. So that's important. Now the second leg in that law you read is that if that same woman with the intention to cause abortion or miscarriage consents to being administered a substance which is capable of causing abortion, then that woman will be guilty of abortion as well.
Okay.
I don't know if you appreciate it.
Yes.
So the two of them focus on the woman. She herself administering herself to herself, or she herself consenting to the substance being administered to her with the intention to cause abortion. If that happens, the woman is guilty of a crime. Now take us to the B so that I can explain another dimension of crime relating to abortion, so that we can tie the A and B together.
Okay, so let me continue with the B. So the B reads, any person who administers to a woman any poison, drug or other nauseous thing, or uses any instrument or any other means whatsoever with the intent to cause abortion or miscarriage, whether or not that woman is pregnant or has given her consent.
Yeah, so you see the B I just read, it's also another offense. Remember, I want viewers to understand it so well because the first part is about the woman herself, okay? Consenting to or administering to herself. But this part is saying any person who administers to any woman. Why didn't you say a man again here? That's something to note. If you administer to a woman a substance or drug or nauseous thing to the woman, or you use an instrument, the word has come again, with intent to cause abortion or miscarriage, then you are guilty of a crime of abortion. Remember, it also says that whether or not the woman is pregnant indeed or she has consented to the abortion, you are guilty. So the woman could indeed be pregnant You'll be guilty if you do that. Or she may not be indeed pregnant. You will still be guilty if you have the intent to cause abortion and you administer noxious thing, poison or drug to her with the intention to ensure that the pregnancy she has been harboring for a few months or weeks, you just want to get rid of it. The Lord will forgive you. So that is the first offense that concerns other persons in respect to the pregnant woman. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now read the BII, and then we will also link it up.
But it seems basically the 1 and 2 are saying the same thing.
Okay. What the same thing do you see?
Yes, the intent.
Yes.
One speaks about intent, the second two speaks about intent.
Exactly. I mean, the major difference is that the first one, which is the 1A, is about the woman herself doing it to herself, but she had the same intention, right? But the second part is about somebody else doing it to the woman, but that other person had the same intention. Remember, the criminal law always seeks to punish for the act you've done as well as the mind with which you've done the act. If the mind itself is criminal in nature, they will punish you. That's what the law is saying, that with intent to cause abortion. So if you've done it with the intention to cause abortion, you will go down.
So, but the intent means that you are acting on that.
Some preconceived arrangements. You thought about it, you are aware, and that was your decision. You want to get rid of a pregnancy. You are clear in your mind that now pregnancy you want to abort. So that's what you say, you have the intention to cause abortion. What it means is that if you've done something, right, and miscarriage occurs or abortion happens, but your intention was not to cause the abortion and the miscarriage, you cannot be guilty of any offense.
Okay.
The Lord punishes for the intention. Yeah. Let's read the 3 as well so we can link it up. The BII.
So the BII also reads that any person who induces a woman to cause or consent to causing abortion or miscarriage. The III also says that any person who aids and abets a woman to cause abortion or miscarriage. Yes, come sir.
Yeah, so you realize the II talks about any person who induces a woman to do abortion or to engage in abortion or cause miscarriage, or who induces a woman to give consent for abortion to be done. It's also a crime.
Yeah.
So even though you have not done the abortion or you've not given her a substance to take, you induce her,
Right.
or you induce her to give the consent to get it done, you're also guilty of abortion. And when you do so, it is a crime for you as well. We are still talking about instances where it is a crime to do it.
Yes.
Okay, and then the II talks about aiding and abetting the commission of a crime, that is abortion or miscarriage. You assisted the woman.
Yeah.
You went to the drugstore to buy a particular drug that is commonly known to cause abortion, and you know she's pregnant, heavily pregnant, and she discussed with you briefly that, you know, this pregnancy I'm carrying, I'm going through a lot of pain, but the guy who impregnated me is not even anywhere to be found. So it's a lot of mental stress for me. I want to get rid of it. And she discusses this with you. Then you say, okay, I think it's a good idea. Some of these pregnancy issues, blah blah blah. You don't have money to take care of it. Why not get rid of it? So you say, you know what? They sell some 24/7 abortion medicine somewhere. Make I go buy for you. So we go do the abortion. So you went and bought this drug for her, and you were sitting in the living room praying for her to successfully administer the drug to herself, where you aided her. You'll be guilty of a crime as well. Yeah, that's what it is. So let's read the next one, the 5.
Yes. So one.
Okay, yeah, before we go to the photo, I want to believe that our viewers are following, and I want to encourage them to do one thing. What should we encourage them to do for us?
They should subscribe, like,
subscribe.
and
If I, let's say it was so that they get it. Say subscribe, like, share. Let's take it again. Subscribe, like, share. Subscribe, like, share. I think we should tell them also to comment. So
Definitely.
Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Let's take it again. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. With all these things we've done, if you know, do the subscription, the liking, the commenting, and the sharing, why?
I wonder
why. Oh, maybe you are guilty of abortion. They will catch you soon. Let's go to the IV.
IV is also saying that any person who attempts to cause abortion or miscarriage. Yes, that's the IV.
It's also a crime. So this one, you are just attempting to do it. Remember, criminal law, like I always say, punishes for the intention to do the thing, as well as the act. If the intention is there, clearly, you started, you arrange everything in place, you were a pregnant woman, you have the drug, you have everything, you were about to administer, or you have administered, but it fails to cause abortion, you will be punished for attempting to cause abortion or miscarriage. I don't know if you understand that.
Yeah, I do.
So it's like attempted act, an act which is criminal. If you attempt it, you are still guilty of the act. So you may say that, yeah, I drank the concoction all right, but it never got me miscarriage. Therefore, I'm not guilty.
But once you've attempted,
You are guilty.
the law will catch up. Okay, so, Counsel, let me read the V, which is the final one, and you're talking about the criminal aspect of abortion.
Perfect, yeah.
Good. So the V says that any person who supplies or procures any poison, drug, instrument, or other thing, knowing that it is intended to be used or employed to cause abortion or miscarriage, shall be guilty of an offense and liable on conviction to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 5 years.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is also an important one. So, you are not aiding, abetting, you are not administering the substance, but you are supplying the substance, or you are procuring it. Okay? They said if you supply or procure it, you know that it is used for abortion, or it is meant for abortion. You are supplying it so that they can use it for abortion. You will also be guilty of a crime. So if you supply any of those drugs or instrument that you know that they use it or they employ it to do abortion or miscarriage, I mean, you'll be guilty of it. And you added also that, you see, all of these things we explained so far, when they are all in place, the law said that you shall be guilty of an offense, and then you'll be punished for a term of imprisonment not exceeding 5 years. In other words, you go to prison for maximum of what? 5 years. So just by agreeing to buy the drug for the woman, knowing that she's going to use it for abortion, you have aided her. So you can also go to prison for 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah. So I think men can be guilty for this crime as well.
This one, yes.
Women can also be guilty of it.
I believe that people are using drugs that are meant for it, and I believe that people go to the drug stores,
go to the licensed store to buy the drug. You remember, sometimes you might go to a licensed store to buy the drug, but because you are administering to yourself, it is a crime. Because somebody else is administering to you, it's a crime. So licensed store, genuine drug, you bought it, but you administered yourself, it's a crime. You allow somebody who is not a medical doctor to administer to you, it's still a crime. You allow your husband to administer to you, it's still a crime.
I am Newman Sedem, and this is Make It Legal.
Make it legal.